Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And what we have today is some 1992 Lincoln pennies, and I'm going to bring you into kind of where I was in the middle of this, kind of looking through these. And what I do on these is I always just flip them over. Let's start with one. There's a little line there, and I kind of like that. Gives me a little bit of perspective. All right, and so what I do is I look at the A and the M. On the back of this penny, and I see just how close the A and the M are together, and that's kind of magnified quite a bit, but I'll pick it up even a little bit more. And you see this space between the A and the M. If you're looking for the 1992 pennies that are worth a lot of money, sometimes up to $25,000, the trick is going to be to look at the back of them. Now, obviously you need to look at the front too, and you need to look at the quality. But if you're looking for one that is worth a lot of money, look for that. What do we got here? Well, it says United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here, 1 cent here. Right here we have the Lincoln Memorial with Lincoln way down inside. And there is an FG for Frank Gasparro, the designer of this coin. If we look at this coin, you'll see kind of probably why I kept it. And you'll see the little die crack here. So this is actually a crack in the die. It's worth a little bit of money. And see how it actually goes right up through the T? Let's see if we can get it tipped up a little bit, and you can see a little bit more. This is not just a scratch on there, that it's actually the die is cracked. But that's not a big value point on these coins. The value point on these coins is the close AM. If you can find one with a really close AM and in really good shape, that's where your money's going to come from. Now, in 1992, they made 3 different versions of this coin. They made the Philadelphia version, Abraham Lincoln on the front and God We Trust over his head, Liberty behind him, and underneath his chin is the 1992. And if it has no mint mark, that means that it's the 1992 Philadelphia. And in Philadelphia, 1992, they made 4.6 billion of these. They made a lot. There's also a Denver version, and this is just a beautiful Denver version. If you're ever going to try to find one that has some nice coloring in it, this is almost as good a coloring as you can get. You'd like it in a little less used coin. And there's a 1992, but you see down underneath the 1992 is the D, and that's a beautiful struck D. That is for Denver. And in 1992 in Denver, they made 4.5 billion. So between the two of them, they made 9.2 billion of these. So they're all over the place. You're going to see them in your change. But they also did something else interesting, and that is they had a die. And when they make American pennies, they make an actual die, which is kind of the reverse of this, and then they stamp it down onto the copper. That's a simplified version, of course. One of the dies they made had an A and an M that almost touched, like incredibly close to being touched. And if you want to look at one, there's a great picture on the sprucecrafts.com. That's SPRUCE crafts.com. And they talk a little bit about this coin there too. So not a bad source of information for coins, sprucecrafts.com on the internet. Well, sprucecrafts.com said that they found some of these in these close AMs. They actually found one that was in MS67 level, and that one, this is another, let's just look through them all. See how there's always these spacing between the AMs, and there's a close AM and a wider AM in the some other coins. But this is the one that has, that seems closer, but not really close enough. And Sprucecraft says that the average die coin for the penny pumps out about 50,000 pennies, and then they throw the die away. So you can see this one actually was starting to get a little worn, but not quite worn enough for the... And what happens is... if it pumped out 50,000 close AM pennies, look at the coloring on that one. That is as cool a patina as you're going to see. Look at the purpling. The 50,000, there may be up to 50,000 of these close AMs, but Everybody's looking for them, and unless they're in really good condition, they're not going to be worth 25,000. But still, what if you could get a few hundred or a few thousand for it? So grab your 1992s, turn them all over on the back. See if you can find. You can see some of them seem like they're a little closer on the AM, but it has to be incredibly close. See if you can find a really close AM, and this is the closest one. Well, one of the closest ones we've had so far. And this is our last one, if I can get up on top of there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we don't really have one, but look at your Ds. Look at your Phillies. Look through them all and see if you can find one. You won't find one on the S version of the coin, the San Francisco version, so I didn't put it there. And then look at the difference here in the coloring. So this is the 1992 with that purpling. This is the 1992 that's in much better shape. And I will save out, of course, that one that we had with the die crack on it, because that's going to be worth a little bit of money to somebody. And so we save it out, maybe do a video on that die crack just by itself. And other than that, have a great day. Look for these pennies. Remember that by 1992, we're starting to talk about copper-plated zinc. And so that's why you see some of the coloring on here where the copper actually has worn through when you get down to the zinc. And that is quite different from the old copper-based coins. Let me see if we can find one of those. And there's an 83. Look at that one. That's beat, huh? So keep looking, keep finding, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the DC Coin World International Coin Channel comment section.